Welcome to Cover, where we're looking inside the pages of Out magazine. And joining me now is the gorgeous Daniel Reynolds, editor-in-chief of Out magazine. Now, Daniel, I read your editor's letter and we share a very similar Barbie history. Let's talk Barbie shame. You, me, and so many young boys had to hide our Barbie fascination as children. Tell me a little about your childhood Barbie story.
Oh my gosh, hashtag Barbie shame. I feel like this is something that a lot of gay men have in common, which is what that when they were young, they adored Barbie, they played with her, but like me, they knew that there was a certain level of stigma attached to this, that this is something they weren't supposed to be doing. And I think it was an early queer awakening. I remember sneaking up to my grandmother's attic and playing with my female cousin's Barbie dolls. And then when I heard footsteps coming up the stairs, I would immediately throw them in the closet and bring out the G.I. Joes because I knew even then that I was transgressing some kind of invisible wall of gender. So Barbie for me, I mean, she's fabulous. She has accessories. I wrote in my editor's letter, you know, she was a friend, a possibility, a vessel of pure fabulosity. And I think a lot of gay men today feel the same way. So we had that special relationship with that doll and with her, which I, you know, looking back, it was like, okay, like I was afraid of being outed even at the age of like 5.
I know, and I had a very similar story. First of all, my parents gave in, and I was allowed a peach Barbie, and she was gorgeous. A sequin bodice, peach fluffy, you know, tall dress. And I used to have my cousin used to have a box before I was allowed one, and it was a little one of closet, and I'd go play with it, but I was always told you need to hide that before Dad gets home. Hide that before Dad gets home. So I knew what shame was before I even knew the word. Okay, this is also the dating issue. Tell me about some of the eligible bachelors Hollywood, well, and the world has to offer us.
Oh my gosh. So Out's most eligible bachelors list. We haven't done this list in years. I've never been involved with its curation. So it was really fun to dust it off and, you know, update it for a 2023 sensibility and also highlight some of the folks that we cover in the entertainment industry. Really, each of the letters wrote at least one or two love letters to each of these folks, be it someone like Lil Nas X, who's one of our past cover stars, and of course, making waves in music, or you know, Elliot Page, who was just, you know, completely transforming Hollywood as one of the most, you know, outspoken trans masculine actors in the industry, or, you know, it's just a hottie like Zane Phillips, who, since our list is published, is no longer single. But really, you know, these queer men represent not just beauty, but also brains, you know, commitment to changing the culture for LGBTQ rights. And this is really our chance just to say, hey, we love you. Thanks for doing these things. And yeah, just a real celebration.
Well, anyway, Daniel, it's such a great issue yet again. So congratulations. A pleasure chatting with you today. And up next is more Barbie chat with the wonderful Mey Rude. What an amazing front cover we have, and what an amazing story. First of all, what did Greta Gerwig have to say about bringing the LGBTQ plus to the Barbie universe?
Yeah, well, Greta Gerwig said that it would be impossible to tell the story of Barbie without the LGBTQ plus community. Not only does she have a cast that includes several queer actors, and then there's the obvious influence of hair, makeup, and fashion from the gay community on Barbies and on pop culture. Plus, she said she wanted to represent the modern line of Mattel Barbies and Kens, which is a lot more diverse than historically it has been.
Yeah, well done, Barbie. And how do you think the Barbie movie handles obvious criticism and issues you get from bringing an ultra-feminine character like Barbie to life?
Yeah, Gerwig was very aware that there could be a lot of controversy around celebrating such a specific type of femininity that is Barbie. And she knows that Barbie has been both a hero and a villain to a lot of women throughout history. And she addresses that in the movie. But she still says, ultimately, Barbie has opened a lot of doors for a lot of women, and that's what she wants to celebrate.
Yeah, go Barbie. And what did Alexandra Shipp tell Raffi Ermac about the emotions of walking on set for the first time?
Yeah, she said that the first time walking on set was absolutely fabulous, and that she cried when she saw the Barbie land, not just because her inner child was getting to see a real-life Barbie dream house, but also because it was her first time getting to experience a truly matriarchal world.
Yes, and Harry Neff, who you spoke to, told you that she was cast as trans Barbie, but David Heyman, the executive producer, told Neff that when he saw her tape, he didn't even know she was trans, but he knew she had a ton of what they were looking for or going for. But obviously, the trans reputation is so important. Can we talk a bit more about that?
Her character in the movie is a Dr. Barbie. She's not a trans Barbie. She's a normal doll like all the other Barbies. And so she says she doesn't really consider this to be necessarily trans representation, but still the movie has a very important message for trans people. She says that the movie is all about living your own life in your own body by your own rules and not following anyone else's expectations of what your femininity or womanhood should be.
And well done. And it's just great to see they've got us all represented. Oh, look, we're represented. LGBTQ+. It's great. I cannot wait to see the movie. And even our Ken, how about our cover star Ken, Scott Evans? He even told Bernardo Sim he wasn't confident about even getting the role at first. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't sure that he would be able to land a huge role like one of the Kens in this movie Barbie, but he ended up being the perfect man for the role. He actually was rollerblading down the Pacific Coast Highway when he got the call from Greta Gerwig saying she liked his audition and wanted to talk to him about playing a Ken. The two clicked immediately, and he says about an hour later, he got the job.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, May, for chatting with me today. Be sure to read the full article, the full Come On Barbie article in the latest edition of Out Magazine. And we've even got some exclusive interviews from the cover shoot. So stay tuned for them.
Really odd. The fact that I was a part of such a diverse cast was unbelievable. It's not always a bunch of fam on set. The diversity you saw walking into these rooms was just, it's unmatched because I don't think anything I've ever seen before.
Most of the time, I'm the only queer person. It felt safe, being a part of such a diverse cast in Barbie.
We're so used to being the minority that it's really beautiful to have each other, and we were being completely authentic to ourselves.
Hi, this is Scott Evans for the Barbie movie.
My name is Alexander Shipp.
I'm Harry Neff.
Check out our Out magazine cover
On newsstands.
and on out.com.
Out.com.
Thanks for watching Cover to Cover. Subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. Download our Roku and Fire TV app. Or take us with you. Get the Advocate Channel app on your Apple or Android device. Thanks for watching Cover to Cover. I'm Stephen Walker.